Hey folks, today we are going to review Splendor. Ooh.
Splendor is a competitive game for 2 to 4 players where everyone is trying to develop as many diamond mines or gem mines and curry the favor of nobles in order to get the most points and win the game.
To start off, I'll say this is a really good two-player game. We've played it quite a lot, 2 players, and it doesn't change that much into a 4-player game. I think it gets a little bit more difficult to anticipate what other players are doing just because you've got more players.
And so then you also, the more players you have, with a 4-player game, you have to be a little bit better of altering your strategy or trying to figure out what you're doing a little bit differently.
So you have a face-up selection of cards you can pick from. You can either buy one of those cards, pull gems, or you can take one of those cards and a gold coin into your reserve that you will buy later, but then that means no other player can buy that mine.
Yeah, and all of the mines, all of the face-up cards are your development cards. They're those mines that you're trying to get. So those development cards, once you buy a mine, you always have that gem available to you. So, if you've got a green, a chocolate, and a white mine, a development card in your thing, and something else costs one of each of those 3 gems, it becomes a free card for you. And that's certainly a strategy to try to get, is pick up as many of the cheap mines as you can, which won't be worth victory points, but it lets you really have more currency, basically.
The downside to that method is that if you end up in a tie with somebody at the end of the game, it goes to whoever has the least amount of cards. So just to keep that in mind.
Yeah, we actually just played a game of this with my in-laws, Don's folks, and it was really fun because it came down to, we knew a half a round ahead of time. I knew I probably had the game, but then Don was really close, and we tied the score, but then I had 1 fewer development cards than Don did, so I was actually able to win. It was a lot of fun. It's a game you need to be paying attention to. You really do. So in some ways that maybe doesn't pass the in-law test sometimes. Our in-laws absolutely watch these, so sorry not to at you. They don't know what that means. But you have to be paying attention because you really do give other people time to figure out what they want. Sometimes it's just you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
it can go quick.
So the nobles give you quite a lot of points, and those go to you once you have a certain amount of mines. Development cards. Yeah. And you have to match up their thing. And I like that the game gives you more nobles than you use in a single game. So that means that each game is a little bit different. Also because you have all of the different development cards, which ones come up when is going to be different. It has a good amount of replay. Yeah,
there's definitely replay to it, and it's not the same game every time. I mean, you're always doing the same thing. It's always, the 1-dot cards are easier, the 2-dot cards are harder, the 3-dot cards are worth more but are much more expensive. That never changes, but it never feels monotonous to me. It's a game I really like playing. And I like that the 2-player feels much more... 4 players feels like you're just kind of out for yourself.
Yeah.
And 2-player feels a little bit like chess. A little bit like I'm playing against you in order to win versus just playing to try to win myself.
Yeah, because I know there have been a few games, just the 2 of us, where I've realized that you're 1 white development card away from getting a noble, and one just came up that you could easily get, so I've taken that just to try and give myself a little bit more time to get that same noble.
Yeah, you could play the whole game just looking around, trying to figure out what everyone needs, and taking those cards. You end up with a lot of cards, which might come back to bite you, but it's a viable strategy.
This is a game that, as you're playing, the first... probably half of the game, you're like, I don't have any points. How long is this game going to take? And then suddenly in the last half to a quarter of the game, it's like, oh God, everybody's getting points. And it can be I feel like I'm really behind. I don't have any points. And then you get a bunch of really high value cards or, hey, I just qualified for 2 nobles at the same time and suddenly have 6 points.
Yeah.
I love the artwork on the cards are really cool,
Yeah.
and I've noticed the last time we were playing that similar cards had similar kinds of artwork, so you kind of have this mine is in a desert area, this mine's in a jungle area. Also that the gems that you pick up, they're like a poker chip type
those tokens have weight.
Yeah, and that's nice having that weight to it because you don't have a ton of those. If you had a lot of them, that would weigh the box down. But it's nice having that weight so it's easy to pick them up and down a lot.
And with the box, everything has its exact spot. And so we talk about all the time. Box design, storage design, we really like. Did a good job with it. Mm-hmm. Splendor's a lot of fun, and it's not a particularly new game. There's a good chance that you have played it. And if you have, we'd love to hear what you think, or the style, the method, the strategy. That's the word. The strategy that you like to use. That'd be really cool to comment down in the comments below.
A big thanks to all of our patrons, and especially to Bryce. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron.
So that is our review of Splendor from Space Cowboys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with somebody else that you think would enjoy Splendor. We make videos here every Tuesday and Thursday, so don't forget to check back in.
So until next time, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And we're Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye.
The backside, the
Downside?
downside